Look at this sight. Oh my, what a sight. Keep this recipe because I'm sure you'll want to make it again. Mansaf mandi in the oven with smoked chicken and spicy sauce. Fluffy rice and chicken that's perfectly cooked and roasted. A luxurious and elegant dish, but my way is easy and simple. Let's follow the video to the end to see the method. First, I need a well-cleaned, washed and soaked chicken. I soaked it in vinegar, lemon and salt for about half an hour. After cleaning, we'll give it a simple wipe with a tissue to dry off the water. And after drying, now we will make a small cut in the breast and flip it to the other side so that its texture remains very nice and its shape looks good. After we finish, this is the shape I want. It looks very nice and neat. You can cut it or sew it, whatever you choose, of course. And after I finished, I want to get a Pyrex so we can season the chicken comfortably. Now the spices I need are a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of onion powder, a teaspoon of cardamom, a teaspoon of black pepper, a quarter teaspoon of nutmeg, a teaspoon of curry, a teaspoon of garlic powder, and a teaspoon of saffron. Of course, a small spoon is what we always use for measuring, and if you don't have them available, you can add the spices you choose, and there is no problem. Now we add all of them that we mentioned into the Pyrex and add 4 spoons of oil or a quarter cup of vegetable oil, of course, and mix them all well together. And after we mix the spices together, you can't imagine how appetizing the aroma of the spices is. Now that we're done, we'll place the chicken on them and try to rub it well, so it gets fully coated and absorbs the marinade well. And if you have time, you can set it aside for half an hour to marinate, and if you don't have time, you can start right away, no problem. Now we try to fill all the gaps with the marinade and let the chicken absorb this sauce very well. Oh my, this is the best massage for the chicken with the amazing sauce. That's incredible. Trust me, try this sauce and you won't regret it because it's very delicious and smells great, and we try to fill it well from the sides. And this way, we made sure it's all soaked in the sauce and ready. After I coated it well with the spices, it's ready. Now I want to put it in the oven tray. I've prepared the oven tray and lined it with parchment paper. Now I've placed the chicken in the middle like this. Now we'll start with the vegetables using the same spices we marinated with. We'll add the vegetables. Of course, you can add the vegetables you like. You can add mushrooms or broccoli, whatever you like. Here I added an onion, a head of garlic cut in half, and 2 bell peppers, red and green, of course, whichever you prefer. And I cut 2 potatoes and 2 carrots. The vegetables are optional. You can choose not to add them or add them, no problem, but they do give a tastier flavor. And now with the same seasoning, we will marinate all of them and soak them in the sauce we prepared. Now, after making sure they are well marinated with this seasoning, they are ready. Now we place them next to the chicken, trying to arrange them. We place them all like this. Look at how beautiful it turned out and how appetizing it is. We're almost done. Just one small step left. The same marinade that we have left in the dish, we add about half a cup of water to it, stir it well, and try to pour it into the corners like this. And now we're finished. Now I want to cover it with aluminum foil and cover it well. Here, I'm preheating the oven to the highest temperature, of course, from both the top and bottom. I want to put it in the oven for about an hour and a half depending on the temperature of your oven, and until the chicken is cooked in the oven. Now we start with the rice. Now I need 3 cups of long grain rice, which is excellent for this delicious dish. The grains should be long. Now we add hot water to it and soak it for about 10 minutes. Or if you don't want to, you can start with it and cook it immediately, there's no problem. But soaking is very good for the rice. It gives us a nice fluffiness and absorbs the required water. Now we give it a simple stir with the spoon so it doesn't clump, and we set it aside and start our cooking. And now we heat the pot on the stove and add about half a cup of vegetable oil using the same cup to measure. And now after the oil is hot, we add a finely chopped onion and stir it a bit until the onion softens. And now after the onion has softened, we will add the spices. I have here a dried lemon, a cinnamon stick, a few cloves, a few cardamom pods, and a few bay leaves. We will add them all over the onions and give them a quick stir. Of course, the spices are very essential in this dish. And now after we're done, we will add the rice. We wash the rice well. We drained it from the water. Now we will add it on top of them and give it a simple roast, just 2 or 3 stirs, no more. Now it's time for the rice spices. We will add half a teaspoon of salt. Of course, the salt is to taste. You can add and taste. You might add a bit more salt or reduce it. Now you will add a teaspoon of cardamom. Of course, cardamom is very essential in this dish. And we will also add a 1/4 teaspoon of ginger. And we will add half a teaspoon of mandi spices, which give a nice color and a very good taste. And they really bring out the flavor of this dish. Mandi spices are very, very essential. Now we will give them a few simple stirs with the rice like this. Now we are toasting the rice. After we finish, we add to it. Of course, I boiled some water and prepared it. Now I add it over the rice. We need just enough water to cover the rice, not more. This rice doesn't absorb much water. It cooks quickly without any worry. And now we give them a few simple stirs. We cover it and leave it until it's cooked. It takes about 15 minutes to cook, no more. Once it starts boiling, lower the heat and let it cook slowly. Of course, successful cooking always requires monitoring and very low heat. And now, while the rice is cooking, we will prepare the colors. I have a small cup of water here. Of course, you can add orange blossom water or rose water, whichever you prefer. They also add a nice flavor to this dish. Here I put regular water and added a spoon tip of red color and stirred it like this. Now I set it aside. And here with the second cup I will add yellow color, also just a spoon tip, no more. Now I add it, give it a simple stir and set it aside as well. This way the colors are ready. And now we take out the rice after 15 minutes. It's ready and cooked. Of course, to know if the rice is cooked, you take a grain in your hand and see if it crushes easily, which means it's done. Now it's ready. We will add the colors we prepared. Of course, you can add the colors randomly or make a plus or minus sign with them. Now we will add the yellow color first. And now I want to put the red color like this. Of course, I add the colors randomly. And the most important thing is not to stir after adding the colors. You cover it and leave it for about 10 minutes so the color sets. And now after 10 minutes have passed since we added the colors, we uncover the pot and try to give it a gentle stir, mixing the colors together. Now we fluff it up and let all the colors blend with each other. Now the rice is ready. Wow, its aroma and appearance are amazing. The rice turned out fluffy, each grain separate. Now to prepare the sauce for browning the chicken, we add a spoon of pepper paste, a small spoon of yogurt and about a spoon of pomegranate molasses. You can also do without it, no problem. We will add a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of ketchup. Now we will add all the ingredients we mentioned in a dish and add about a tablespoon of vinegar, not more. Now we will add olive oil, about half a teacup, not more. Now we give them a simple stir like this. And now the sauce is ready to brown the chicken. Look at its beautiful color and its very nice smell. Of course, it's a very simple and easy sauce that you can make in minutes. And wow, its aroma is very appetizing. Now we set it aside and take out the chicken. Now we take the chicken out of the oven. In the name of God, look at how wonderful the texture is. Its smell is very nice and fills the house. I can't describe the scent to you. The smell of the vegetables is mouth-watering. Now we check it with a fork to see that it's cooked. Of course, I can't hold it. It's very hot. We need to try. Now we hold the bone from here. Give it a slight twist. It's very well cooked. Now look at the bone from here. It's white. If it's white from here, it means it's perfectly cooked. Now the chicken is done, ready to add the sauce. We prepared it to brown the surface. This is the sauce. And now we just brush it on the chicken. And we try to coat it very well with the sauce and brush the edges nicely. Brush it like this. Of course, we distribute the sauce on the sides and under the wing. I want it all to be well coated with the sauce. It will look nice. Oh, the smell of the chicken is so appetizing. And this is its final look. In the name of God, what God has willed. Now we need to return it to the oven and turn on the top to brown the surface and give it a very nice color. It will take about 15 minutes. Now after 15 minutes, we took it out of the oven. Look at its color, how beautiful and appetizing it is. And now we bring the rice we prepared and try to place the chicken on top of the rice. We try to lower it. without ruining the shape of the chicken because it's very well cooked and lifting it is quite difficult. And now I lifted it this way and placed it on the rice. And now I want to prepare a piece of aluminum foil shaped like a small dish this way and place it inside the chicken in the pot. Of course, here I have heated charcoal and I will put them inside the foil. Now we add a little vegetable oil to extinguish them inside the pot. Then we cover it and leave it for about 10 minutes so the chicken flavor comes out and the rice will be smoked. Oh, this smoke gives such a good flavor to the rice and chicken. Now, after the time is up, we remove the lid and take out the coals, putting them aside. And this is how it looks in its final form. Now it's time to arrange it and it's ready to be served. And that's it, we're done. Hopefully I didn't take too long, just follow these steps and make it, and believe me, it will turn out delicious. The method of cooking the chicken and grilling it in the oven is much tastier and very different from boiling. And this is how I presented it in this lovely dish. I silenced the rice and placed the chicken on top, garnishing it this way. I also served the grilled vegetables with the chicken and prepared spicy sauce and cucumber with yogurt on the side. Of course, I have posted the method for the hot sauce on the channel. You can visit and see the full method. This hot sauce is delicious with the mandi. You can't imagine how good it is with it. And this is how I garnished it in my way and served it in the name of God, what God has willed. Look at its beautiful color. In the name of God, what a wonderful color. Look at its beautiful color in the heart of the dish, and now it's ready. And these are the vegetables that were roasted with the chicken. They look so nice and smell amazing. And that's how our video ends today. And hopefully I didn't take too long. I hope you try it and give me your feedback in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and activate the bell icon so you receive all the new updates.